Hello guys, in this brief video I want to show you modern campaign pipeline and some tools that you can implement right away. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Ruslan. I'm just doing campaign testing for modern AAA games. That's it. This one, for example, made with normal map from Substance Painter in 3D code, and we'll talk about entire pipeline in details and about our station on my webinar. I will also talk about how to correctly present your work, how to make it viral because it's very important. You can check my works here. I made this one 2 years ago. And since recent times, I was engaged in very professional trainings. Guys, just to give you an example, you can see one of my students on personal mentorship, Anya, 2 months ago. You can even compare the dates. And this is what she got. And now we can see the recent work 2 weeks ago on her station. We made a nice presentation. It's actually based on the previous work. We just made it better, made presentation a bit better, showed the breakdown. Here you can literally see this modern campaign pipeline, color base, and some campaign texturing. And it got 84 likes, which was pretty good result. That's what I mean by professional training. I guide people through all the process. This one, another example from Georgia. I remember we probably made it during 2 or 3 sessions. Yep, from scratch. You can see the color base, but this is low poly and the final testing. So what is the main mistake that you guys usually make? Let's jump first of all in Substance Painter. As a first step, guys, you need to install Substance Painter, 3D Code or 3D Code Textura. This one is the cheapest version. Costs around $80 for a lifetime license. And Photoshop, of course. I hope Ernie don't mind. He's one of my students, and on the first session he submitted this work. He thought about how to actually make it stylized, how I will make it stylized. So this is actually material view. Let's go to the base color. We can see we have lots of complex different layers. Our main goal is to block light and shadow in a stylized way. If I zoom closely, we have lots of the particles, noise. So the first step that I showed him, I just used this plugin, Simple Diffuse, our plugin for creating color base. Just drop it here, switch it to base color, and you can already see the difference before and after. Of course, we can change the entire diffuse, make it brighter, more saturated. For some beginners, it's actually a mind-blowing trick. But then, very important step, not to mess up it. I have something like this right away. We have many settings to play around with this. Once again, see the comparison. This is completely different feel in the game, and only then I can paint on top. And here we don't add any additional brush strokes on top. We don't paint too much of the volume. We already have kind of all the guidelines on our curvature, on our ambient occlusion. So first of all, let's kind of fake something that you can't sculpt from the connection between different materials. From this one, spike, and the cactus itself. I will put shadow, then I pick a bit brighter, less saturated color. It's all about art area right now. It's a huge topic that I teach my students as well. And we can paint, for example, something like this. Or we can paint very small additional highlights, like these small dots, to indicate the roundness. And that's literally it. Once you understand the correct color base, how to correctly place these stylized details, everything will work for you. And most likely, you will simply improve your work, you will get more job opportunities. Let's actually take a step back. I want to show you how promising it is. Because if you're talking about modern stylized games, like Wave Thunder from Riot Games, this stuff, Linkin, I don't know, League of Legends, all of them implement this PBR campaign pipeline. This one is very good example. So she's actually a texture lead at Dragonfly. You can see this is hand painted, but with roughness. We teach it as well. And to let you know guys how promising it is, I can go to her profile. She's a texture artist. Let's go to all the works. Scroll down. You can see before she had 2 illustrations. This one 3 years ago. So she's actually an illustrator, yeah? It's easy for them to jump into this industry. And this one, and then he just work on AAA projects. That means that huge companies hire illustrators, concept artists, and they teach them from scratch how to actually hand paint. And let's imagine if you're a 3D artist or you want to jump into the industry, it will be just a great level up if you can study something like this. And of course, the result is stunning here. Like exactly what we need for modern industry. Yeah, but this one is just stunning. It's achievable only with very detailed sculpt and very detailed hand paint. Basically what I teach my students. By the way, the style could be different. For example, this one is low poly. The model is very simple. On the webinar we have content part. I will try to show you everything to give you value, tips how to build successful portfolio and show useful AI tools that you can use. So AI in this case isn't even close because we are painting on 3D models. This is just a small bonus that you can use. And on the webinar, I will open access for my big personal training with feedbacks, with my mentorship and without that will teach you the entire pipeline. Also, if you was on the previous webinar, I made huge changes to this course. I added additional module about finding the work and finding your dream work. I don't want to promote it too much in this video, just to let you know you'll get the biggest discounts only on the webinar. We'll also give away 2 free checklists, just straightforward tips about our station and personal strategy about finding your dream job in a big company like Riot Games or Blizzard. So yeah guys, it will be fun and I will see you then.